Okay. You may see this and think that I stopped to fish here because of these birds. And you're partly right. But it's also this storm you see behind me with this absolutely gorgeous sunrise. You see, today is all about getting somewhere that I've wanted to go ever since I bought this boat, and that is the Chandeleur Islands. So that's the goal for today. But with this storm behind me, it's really kicked up the wind, and outside of where we are right now, you can see the chop here. It is swells inside of the sound. So right now I'm throwing the H&H, there's one, H&H Cockahoe. I'm not sure what this is. I could probably be throwing topwater. This feels kind of catfishy now that it gets close. Yeah, gaff top. Exactly what I did not want. Now these things don't have teeth. You can put your hand in them. With all catfish, you don't want to touch their fins. I don't know if gaff tops necessarily will sting you like hardheads, but you can put your hand in there, just like a bass. I may put the popper on though, just for fun. It sure is beautiful, even if we're not catching speckled trout or reds. There's one. That's a trout. There we go. First one of the day. He wasn't keeper anyway, so we let him go. Boy, ain't this just the best about living near the Gulf Coast? First spot of the day. These are definitely trout feeding on top. Let's see, do I have a topwater title on? I mean, I'm just getting tattooed, y'all. Definitely getting hits as I retrieve. But if they're all that size that we just kind of let go of, you can see why we're not getting a lot of hookups. Got him, got this one. Look at this, right by the boat, y'all. So it looks like I can just do a direct retrieve. So let me go over conditions. We're gonna have a rising tide pretty much all day. That is what it's like in June. This feels like a nice trout. This feels like a nice trout. Oh, it is. Got it. Man, look at that. Look at that. First thing in the morning. Nice. We are keeping fish today. Two trips in a row that I'm keeping fish. And I guess I can go over why I'm even doing this trip to the outside in my tiny little boat. Gonna meet some friends in Bay St. Louis today. And I watched the weather all week leading up to this, and it was supposed to be flat calm, which ain't that how it always is. But whether it's flat calm now or it gets flat calm in a little while, it doesn't matter so much to me. Just that it does get flat calm at some point. But as I was saying, we're gonna have rising tide all day. That's the June pattern. It's supposed to be flat calm winds. The one rainstorm in the whole Gulf just happens to be near me. So I'm just kind of here where the wind is getting sort of buffered by that island tip over there, that point. Waiting for this storm to either hit me and move on or dissipate. But I haven't had a hit in about 3 casts, so I may have to move. Kind of weird, we got all those hits so fast. These birds are still active and we're not catching anything. Well, that's how it goes. Well, this is exactly the kind of trip when you're trying to go out to the Chandeleur Islands in a small boat you don't want to have happen. As it goes, the weatherman got it way, way, way wrong. I don't know if you can see, you can probably hear. That's Lake Bourne, I guess, in the Mississippi Sound, where those meet over there. I am in the extreme southeastern tip of the Biloxi Marsh. And nevertheless, it's really rough out there. So I'm gonna try to salvage the day. I don't think the Chandeleur Islands are an option anymore, but who knows, maybe we'll still find some fish. There's a lot of tidal action. The wind is pushing the water around, so that should make some kind of feeding activity. Just not sure what yet. As soon as it hit the water. This might be a trout. Sure is. All right, number 2 for the day. Or sorry, not number 2, number 3. Not a big one, but that's what I wanted to see. That's why I'm putting up with getting my butt kicked right now. Little one, little male, croaking. Show you all the setup here. It's a really, I think, kind of nifty setup. So this is the marsh demon. Cajun popper, I believe is the name. Apropos, fishing it under a popping cork. But I've just got it rigged kind of through the head. I mean, look at that. Yeah, those are trout for sure. There we go, got it. See if it'll be a keeper. No, little catfish, dang it. All right, if we catch one more gaff top without a trout, we gotta go. Can't spend the whole day on them, but we can see the popping cork made a huge difference, and that's because it makes a bigger splash. And because we have a circle hook, we don't really have to set the hook. As long as it's in their mouth, we just have to retrieve. There it is. Can't tell what this is. Probably a catfish. But it's got a lot of head shakes. Hasn't come up though. Probably just a big gaff top. It has a little crab in its mouth that's still alive. Let's see if I can get it. Got it. I can use that as bait. All right, let's see if we can pick out a trout. There's a trout. White trout, I'm gonna keep that. And these things are great eating and great bait if I want to try to catch a shark later tonight. Well, this may not be the Chandeleur Islands, but we're catching fish. There's one. Oh, that was a nice hit. What is it? Probably a catfish. No, looks like a keeper trout. All right. This thing is a male, which is nice. Makes it much easier to keep. Right at keeper size. Okay, so there are some trout in the mix. Really not rocket science what we're doing here. We just got a plastic on a circle hook. Got a drop weight tied sort of in the middle of our leader. Keep that cork pointed down. That's pretty much all we're doing. Waves are doing most of the work for us, but of course we're getting our hits basically as soon as the cork hits the water. So they're really cueing in on the sound. Could probably throw top water right now. Golly, whatever this is tattooed it feels like a trout. Stay buttoned up, stay buttoned up. Oh, it got off, it was a trout. I mean, just absolutely walloped it. Got it. This is a little one, whatever it is. Little speck. Now, if it wasn't so rough today, I would not sit here and fish this way. But because it's so rough, I feel like I don't have any other choice. I know I'm gonna have to make a very, very arduous and long journey to get back to the launch. I launched at Bayou Caddy. Got this one. Those trouty too. Man, they're hitting it hard even though they're not super big. Oh, whitey. I'll keep that. I like catching white trout. I like eating them too. Well, apologies for how I'll have to edit this. I just realized that that rear camera was just pointed down. So, yeah, I haven't really missed much. I'm just getting my butt kicked by the wind. For what we're putting in the box, we really haven't wasted that much time, which is good. Finding where the fish are, they're moving a lot. That is definitely difficult. And birds have moved from there to over here. Here's one. This is definitely a trout. Not a keeper though. That's all right. If it was a whitey this size, I'd keep it. There's one. Man, they are hitting it hard, y'all. This is fun. I gotta remember I don't have to set the hook. That's really just ripping this right out of their mouths. There's one. That's definitely a trout. So you can tell it's a trout when they just come straight up. Catfish are gonna dig down. Nice, that's a keeper, I think. We'll measure it. There goes our lure. No, this is not gonna be a keeper. Have to let it go. Not the most graceful release, but I don't think it matters. All right, so the top of this is all chewed up. I'm really not fishing it the way it's designed to be fished. I'm gonna just cut off the part that's chewed up, put it back on. Ah, as soon as it hit the water. Look at that. I bet we could fish topwater right now, y'all. There's a fish on and I'm tangled up. Look at this. I'm completely tangled up. What on earth is going on here? I'm just gonna have to pull it in by hand. I've never done this before, y'all. Oh, and it looks like I keep a trout too. Oh, because of the frickin' wind. But I'm gonna switch to topwater. I was talking to a buddy at work, or sorry, at the gym the other day, and he was talking about fishing topwater in conditions like this during the day. Let's give it a shot, why not? I'm tired of dealing with that popping cork. Got one on top, y'all, on top. Look at this. Topwater trout during the middle of the day. He was hooked through his head. Oh, huge hit. Oh, look at this. Look at this, y'all, topwater. Ooh, nice trout too. Dangerous boat flip, but we got it. Topwater trout in the middle of the day. Ooh, soccer skills paid off there, y'all. See if we can catch some more. Got it. Golly. Another keeper. I mean, I don't think this one even got the hook. Oh, he did on the top. He's just, the lure is just stuck in him. Top water in the middle of the day, y'all. All right, let's give this a few more casts. I can hear a bunch of birds behind me, so I'm thinking maybe the bite has moved over there. Nope, I see a shrimp jumping right here. Got him. Oh, this is a nice one. This is a nice one. You can hear it croaking all the way over here. Oh, I was fighting it too hard. Just when I was about to give up, y'all. Oh, I saw that one come up and get it. All right. Give this just a couple more casts. Had to take a break because those bugs were just destroying me. But the birds are going crazy. I think we got to go see why. I'm a fan cast before we go. That's what you should always do. There's one. Oh, got off. So a lot of people fish with trebles on these. That's what they come with. I probably would lose way less if I was using trebles, but I really hate trebles for two reasons. One, a lot of times when you're fishing topwater, you will end up with a lot of smalls that you're just gonna have to let go, and the trebles absolutely wreck those fish. And two, they wreck us too. Never heard of anybody fishing top get an inline hook in their eye. Heard plenty of stories of people getting that with trebles. So I use inline hooks. Definitely means less hookups, but that's okay with me because it means less injuries to me and to the fish. All right, I'm definitely getting hits thrown right here. So I'm gonna do the 3-cast rule starting now. If I don't get any hookup in 3 casts, we're gonna go check those birds behind us out because we know we can come right back here if we need. All right, let's go see what those birds over there are getting into. Okay, I'd like to catch just a few more before we head in. Oh, look at that. Yep, top water is still gonna be on. And you can see the little shrimp popping. That's what they're feeding on. Look at that. See if I can put the power pole down. Okay, well, looks like top water may be done. I may have killed it. Let me try the cockahoe first since it's already tied on. We don't have to waste any time with that. Oh, as soon as it hit the water. That's the thing. I mean, it's gotta make noise. They're hitting it as soon as it hits the water. There's one. Got it. Got it. Here we go. Ah, barely getting the hook set on these things. Got that one. Yep, got this one. Let's hope this is not a catfish. I think it is though. No. All right. I mean, these are the perfect size, 15, 14, 15. They're males. I can hear them croaking. It makes it much easier for me to keep them. So this day, very different than the last day I went fishing. I never know what order I'll release episodes in. These 2 trips are pretty much back to back within 3 days apart. There's one. Ugh. Anyway, it was the H&H cockahoe on the last trip. This trip, it's everything. But the last trip, I kept 5 trout, I believe. and they were all females in it. I just hate cleaning them, and they're just full of eggs. There's one. Golly, man, you can barely hook that right now. And if you have any slack in your line, the wind is going to do this. La la la. There's one. Not doing anything to the lure at all, just letting it sit. Another nice trout. Y'all, we have found them. Three, as soon as they hit the water, look at that. This isn't top water, but it's fun. One after another after another. There he is. Nice one too. This is a nice one. I mean, this one's about to start taking drag. Strong. Look at that, 3 casts in a row. Beautiful, beautiful trout. Not the trip that I planned, but the trip that I wanted. 3 casts in a row, y'all. We're getting pretty close to our limit. Normally I would never keep anything close to my limit, but we've got 3 families, all with kids, to feed tonight. And if you're watching this channel, you know it's just a real good feeling when you can feed all your friends. I mean, these are just excellent, excellent fish. So what did we cue in on here? Birds. And normally I just hate fishing birds this time of year, but the weather kind of forced us. There's another one. Look at this. This is a nice one too. I'm not sure what this is. It's staying down. It could be a red. Doesn't feel catfishy. It's just a monster trout. Look at that. I'm definitely going to release this one. I mean, look at this, y'all. I mean, fat trout. But we can be choosy right now, and the bigger the fish, the more likely they are to breed. And so we'll let those go. I mean, you really just need your lure in the water right now. You don't need to be doing much else. There's another, this is another nice one. Not as big as that other one, so we'll probably keep it. Oh, well, never mind. Got himself off. I mean, I'm just getting hit after hit after hit. Got that one. Oh, that was a male. That was a keeper. It's crazy to say it feels like it's slowing down because I'm just not getting hit as soon as it hits the water, but I'm still getting, look at that. There's one. I haven't actually landed one in a minute though. Let's land this one. Borderline keeper, so we'll toss it back. We really have as much as we need, more than likely. Well, this one got hooked through the gill. Let me measure it. He's not, definitely not keeper size. Hope he survives. Oh, this is a nice one. Look at that. Boom. I have to count my fish after this. Certainly kept more than I normally do. All right, we're just about at our limit. And we just completely dumb lucked into this. As soon as it hit the water, y'all. Nice. All right, this will be the last fish that we keep. All right, so we just caught our limit. Now we're just fishing for fun. And good thing, there's one. There's one. Oh, got off. So let me actually change plastics. Let's see if, golly, I mean, look at this. There's really nothing you need to do with your lure. I could probably put any plastic on right now. I just don't want to stop fishing. It is still exceedingly difficult to set the hook though. That's the one hard part. I think part of that is these waves. But I mean, they're in a frenzy, so they're just trying to hurt the lure, not necessarily swallow it. And so yeah, it's a little bit difficult to set the hook, but you just kind of let the lure lie. Hold on, bud. About to let you go. I mean, look at that. Let's just change plastics real quick just for the sake of it. And by the way, I have a code, catch a 10% off. You go to marshdemonlures.com. I'll have that printed on the screen. Let's see if lure matters today. There's one. Nope. Let's see if we can catch two limits. One on H&H. Oh, one on Marsh Demon. Again, I'm not really doing anything to the lure. Just letting it move with the current. There's one. Oh, golly. It is so hard to set the hook on these freaking fish. Like I said, they're just trying to hit it and injure it. And then they'll come and finish the job when they think it's injured. I'm trying to figure out how to take advantage of that with how I work the lure. Look at that, they're just biting the tail. I may have to shorten this up, but we'll see. Got this one. Yeah, this one did exactly what I'm describing. Oh, he got off too because I tried to change directions. Golly. Well, I think obviously the lure works. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I mean, they're doing exactly what I'm describing. They come and they hit it, and they wait to see if it's going to be injured, and then they come back for it. I mean, look at that as soon as it hit the water. This one's on. This one's buttoned up. I'm going to surf him in as fast as I can, not let him, because I need to land it. There we go. I mean, we just cannot keep it on the freaking hook, but it's okay. Oh, I just saw a monster fish come out of the water, maybe about 20 yards ahead of where I'm casting. Anyway, we're just fishing for fun now. Don't have a code for H&H. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not really technically sponsored by Marsh Demon either. They do occasionally give me some free stuff. But they both work, and while we're not landing them, I mean, the plastic's holding up. They're obviously hitting it and getting hooked for at least a little while. Golly, look at that. This is a nice fish, whatever it is. Oh no, not as nice as it felt. It is fighting hard. All right, finally, we had to get the net out to land one. I mean, this is not the biggest trout I've ever caught. This thing felt like a 20. All right. I mean, they are so densely stacked. As soon as you get it out of that strike zone, you don't catch anything. Oh, I just said that. Here's one. Golly, these fish are so much fun to catch. All right, landed 2. All right. Both of those were definitely keeper size. They weren't croaking, so they were not mill, so I wouldn't have kept them anyway, more than likely. But it's not as if we've just gone to smallies. We're still in nice trout. They are starting to hit it a little closer to the boat than they were previously. All right, I think I may have finally figured out how to set the hook. Golly, look how hard this fish is fighting. No, this one is barely hooked. Let's give it a shot. All right. Monster trout. Definitely a female. Let's measure it. It's maybe a 20. Oh! Oh, there it goes. Probably more like an 18. So what is that, number 3? On our way to limit number 2. There's another one. Number 4. And with the tail of this lure, let's see if it works without the tail. All right, almost halfway to limit number 2. Amazing that they used to let us keep 25 trout. I know there's a lot of consternation about the change of that limit, and I get it. If you were used to catching, you know, and keeping 25 trout, it might seem like a bummer. I don't know why anybody ever needed to keep 25 trout, but you know, this limit would have been 1 limit just a couple years ago. This year it's 2. I mean, these are monster trout, you guys. Got it. This is a 20. I can hear a boat. I just ruined this one's eye. No, I don't think that one's eye was already ruined. My hands are so dang slippery. Well, now I'm dealing with the wake of that boat that just went by. And I guess I'll use this as a moment to get on a soapbox. Guys, be friendly to your fellow boaters. Twice in the last month, my boat's taking in water because someone in a much bigger boat going right by me at full throttle, and it's just, you know, this guy, he's pretty far away, I understand, but especially when you're right next to someone or a little boat out in the middle of nowhere like this, be courteous. Oh, my line just broke, look at that. All right, number 6. All right, we got to retie. Okay, number 6. And it seems like our hookup ratio has been better on this marsh demon after the tail came off. Let's see if that little pause changed things. It did not. Keeper number 7 on the marsh demon. It's too bad I don't have a double rig on. We could catch them 2 at a time. There's one. Oh, it got off. There's another one. Yeah, that one bit the end of it. You can see. Another bite in the end. Boy, I sure wish they would come. I would see some of them feeding on some shrimp at the top of the water so we could go back to top water. Because that was fun in the middle of the day. What a trip, y'all. There's one. Oh, I got off too. Okay, so we'll give it 3 more casts. We just did about 4 casts. Had some strikes, nothing like it was. And that's just how it is sometimes. I mean, that's how it was when we started this morning. Hit after hit after hit, and then boom, nothing. And it's because they move around, and our cue, which was the birds, they've also left. So we don't really have anything to go on right now. It's too wavy, really, to see a bunch of shrimp or anything like that jump in. It's also too wavy to see any bait slicks, for me at least. Maybe somebody else has some super eyesight that I don't have. All right, looks like we may have found them again. All right, number 8. This one's mouth is all busted up. So that one will probably survive, but its mouth is wrecked. And that's what I meant earlier talking about the trebles. This is just one hook that just totally destroyed that fish's mouth. On treble, you got 3 hooks per individual hook set. Sometimes those fish end up with 5 or 6 hooks in them. I mean, it just destroys them. So single hook always is going to give them a much, much better chance of survival. I just saw a trout right here, right in front of me. All right, well, I think I'm going to call it there, y'all. Whew, what a day. What a day. You know, really, I say this in a lot of my episodes. Nothing ever really goes right, you know. There's a lot of stuff on a boat, especially, that can go wrong, and we have no control over the weather. This is closer to what it should have been like, at least according to the predictions, and I could have made it to the Chandeleur Islands with this, but now it's about 9:30. It's going to take another half an hour or an hour to get there. How much time am I really going to have to fish before I got to go back in? We have a limit of trout. We almost caught 2 limits of trout. This really is the rod and reel setup of the day. I got a Lew's Mach 1. It's pretty cheap on a Falcon XG Coastal. This is a 6'8" flats rod, sort of like a medium all around. 1/4 ounce H&H Pro Series jig head. We ended the day on a Marsh Demon. Can't remember the color name. It's a new color. It wasn't on the bag, so you'll just have to go to the website and see. 15-pound braid backer, 12-pound leader. That's it. We did catch them on a popping cork, kind of Carolina rigged, but still on a cork, and we caught them on topwater. So all of that's going to be in the description. Click on those links. It really helps the channel. And yeah, family and friends first. And until next time, I'll catch you later.